Hello and welcome to the ninth episode of Late Night Owl podcast. How are you, Tim?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing all right. Uh, Hopefully the rain stops. I know it's been cloudy and everything, and I think it's been a little longer for us here for the rain.
It's cool though. Haven't had very much in a while, so
Yeah, that's
it's good to
true.
have some.
Yeah. So I'm wondering for the daylight savings, do we now lose an hour or gain an hour? Do you happen to know?
We definitely lost an hour,
Oh
though. I
shit.
feel like every time it feels like I lost an hour, to be honest.
Yeah. Um, I think for the people, yeah, definitely for daytime people, but since I work nighttime, I could barely tell. But then it was weird yesterday. I think it happened yesterday or early on today, like at I don't know in the morning, like 2 or 3 a.m. But
Yeah,
when
2 a.m.
yeah, I don't know. It was weird for me. I didn't even know about it. Like I didn't even know it happened. So I was just here, um, watching videos or whatever, and then I was just like, the day feels like a little longer. Yeah, definitely. If you're like awake and then you witness that change, yeah, the day feels like a lot longer. Even like just having 1 hour extended is like very long. And so what? Why do they even implement daylight savings? Is it like how the name uh, just has it, like in order to be more efficient with like the daylight, so that
I've heard like a couple things.
mm-hmm,
Like I've heard it was like first introduced to like save on like candlelight.
mm-hmm.
I mean, that makes sense. You if you come up with the sun, you burn less candle, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's pretty much just being more efficient using less electricity and being more uh, how do you say, more in the sunlight, or yeah. Yeah, okay, well, common
That's kind
sense.
of a like old-timey thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely don't need it now.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on right now. They're saying they might get rid of it. Have you heard of that?
Definitely heard that. I feel like I hear it like every couple of years it like pops up again, right?
Yeah, but it's weird how in Arizona, which is like pretty close to us, I mean, like, yeah, they don't have that, and then they're off like doing well, you know?
Yeah.
It's like nothing ever happened,
It must
losing
be
it.
like
Yeah.
weird living there, right? You like live in a totally different time zone from your area.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know, a few hours of just driving there. Or, I mean, if you're, it's a long distance driving, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely something that I question every time we have to like change it. But
Yeah, I I would actually hope that they do change it. I've
yeah,
actually heard that daylight savings actually like kind of makes a lot of trouble for small businesses.
oh, what's
I'm not
that?
really not really sure why, but
Hmm. Well, maybe because they lose on an hour, maybe that's just an hour towards their business time. I don't know, but then it doesn't make sense. Or yeah, it doesn't make sense because they'll lose an hour, but they're still gonna be working the extra hour. But I don't know. Maybe there's something to it. I have no
Maybe
idea.
there's maybe the people are just like coming in like an hour later because there's like less consumer time, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm, wait, would it really be less consumer time when you're working the exact same hours, just an hour moving back?
Hmm. Well, I mean, the workers would come in same time, but you probably have like an extra hour in the day, like the first hour where nothing happens, probably.
Okay. Okay, so uh, due to like the government or like for company wise, they'll say, okay, like we've been going or we've been doing like a track of how much production you're getting done per hour, and then I guess maybe they need to reset that, or because of that process they kind of lose out on an hour. uh, that might be possible. Again, I'm not too sure. I'm just like speaking out my ass. Yeah, that's definitely a weird thing though that they've been doing.
It's only like America that really does this, right?
um hmm yeah, actually I think that's right.
Like, I don't know if Europe would do this.
Yeah, I don't think the Europe or UK does it. And I thought it was pretty interesting how there's like, the certain places in the world where there is no or like the whole entire day is like just like daytime, or I think depending on the cycle it's like just nighttime the whole like 24 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to say Antarctica. What do you know where it was or where it is? It's like always.
No, I don't.
Hmm.
I think
Yeah,
that's a good guess,
that's
though.
that's crazy though. Like how you could live like that. Like you definitely need one of those curtains to like block the sunlight. Yeah.
Yeah, get those blackout curtains going.
Mm-hmm. And that's crazy. Like I don't know if you drink a lot of alcohol, but like you're drinking pretty much the day or during the day, which there's nothing wrong, but obviously you want to see nighttime, or we've been too accustomed to the nighttime.
Yeah, right. There's got to be a little guilt there.
Yeah, it's like, all right. I mean, we're just so used to the day turning to night that we feel like when the night comes, we're pretty much going to sleep, right? So
Yeah.
if there's none of that, it's just like, oh well, I guess whenever I feel like it. That's a totally different world. It's crazy. It's definitely like a place I'd like to go on a vacation. Maybe at least 1 or 2 days. I think I would go crazy if I go a week.
Yeah, it's definitely like a very desolate area, huh? You can't. I suppose it'd be peaceful.
Yeah, it would be peaceful, but also like health wise, wouldn't it be kind of bad? Because I know certain like the nutrients that we get from the sun versus like those days, or yeah, those days where it's like just nighttime the whole entire day. You need the what is it called, vitamin D
Oh,
or something.
yeah, D.
Yeah, you would need that right from the sun, unless they just like rely on the actual vitamin, getting the vitamin, but it's not the same. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not the same, but I feel like on the whole, all of us are kind of like hurting on vitamin D.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of a modern problem. We just don't really spend that much time outside anymore.
That's true. That is very true with all the new technology and everything. And then also, it's good for the medical, like the dietary supplement companies, because that means that they have more customers relying on these vitamins, and they're making a profit, obviously. But yeah, I just think, yeah, that's true. Like, we need to be able to go out more in the sun. But I think it's, well, to be fair, for us, it's like when it's hot, it's like so fucking hot,
Yeah.
and then you don't even want to go outside. Versus, it's like if you're in school, yeah, maybe like you have to walk to a bus stop or somewhere, but um, yeah, to be outside here would be like suicide.
In terms of like heat.
Yeah, yeah, like when it's like when the sun is just up the whole time.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you get used to it.
Yeah, but you'd prefer there to be in like a shade or somewhere that's cool, right?
Mm, no, I think everyone has their own problems.
Okay. Well, yeah. To be fair, Arizona does have like one of the hottest, what's it called, like temperatures, right?
That's true. Arizona is a godless area. Mm, I don't definitely don't want to live there.
Yeah. Yeah, it must have sucked if what's it called? You don't have an AC. Oh, I did actually go to visit one of my friends' family, but just going from the car to the house, that just, I don't know, like 10-second walk is not even worth it. Like, he even I'm pretty sure that his house has, or his family's house has AC, but you're already in an environment where you're in like a car with like a nice cool AC, and then you just walk out into like hell, pretty much. And then, yeah, for 10 seconds, that's not even worth it. So,
Was this
yeah.
like summertime?
Oh, yeah, definitely. A little
Oh,
summertime.
okay.
I actually think it was like midsummer. So, shoot. Yeah. So I was just like, hey, you go do your own thing. I'll just wait in the car.
You
Yeah.
ever see those like posts online where people like try to like fry things in their car?
Yeah, yeah. I think one of the funniest one was they actually made uh not hard boiled egg, the just like a scrambled egg, like on their car. I was just like, Jesus,
Yeah,
that's,
just right on the hood.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's crazy. And I mean, when it's hot here too, you could just put ice or whatever in a melt, but over there it's just like a different type of heat.
yeah, it's just the new level.
Hmm. Yeah, I definitely cannot be able to live in that kind of place. But if you had the option of snow every day or intensive heat every day, which one would you pick?
Oh, I'm definitely for heat. Yeah,
Really?
I know that's weird, but I'm definitely from around here. It's SoCal all the way.
Yeah. But have you been to Arizona though?
Once, but I still I've just never been good with cold. So,
Mm. But the thing is, when it comes to the cold, you could just wear more and more clothes, and then you'll be able to deal with the cold. Versus when it's just hot, no matter how much clothes you take off, it's just gonna be hot.
I don't know. You just bear it.
Wait, what was that?
You just kind of bear it,
Mm, just deal with it.
I'm back, guys. Sorry I'm late.
Oh well, good timing. I was running out of time or stuff to share about daylight savings.
Yeah, we shouldn't have it.
Well,
That's my take.
yeah, I think like I told Tim that there are rumors that they're gonna get rid of it because there's no point of having it now.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen, guys.
Yeah.
Start of March.
I don't think we even need a march. It's just have like a scientist or whatever go with it. Be like, give the government or whoever that controls that like data.
I was joking
I wasn't.
about the March.
I
was
wasn't.
joking about the March.
All right. All right. So yeah. Well, since you're here, let's do it. Let's do our main topic, which is the food in anime that you thought you wanted to try in real life. Does anyone want to share first? Do I have to pick?
We should have like this, like we roll a dice or something. It's like, oh, got a 5.
Can we do that? Can we roll?
Yeah.
What do we roll on?
I have a dice, I think, somewhere. But it's a 20-sided dice. Alright, pick a... Wait, how are we gonna do this? It's 20-sided.
What's your range?
Okay, so we could... Wait. What's 3 divided by...
Oh, that's
20.
not gonna be even.
Oh, jeez.
6.66666.
Okay, we're just gonna keep rolling until it hits our range, I guess.
That's fair.
So I'll be the what is it? 3 divided by 20, so it's 6. Let's just say
1
6.
through 6.
Yeah, 1 through 6. Who wants to be 6 through 12?
Okay, I'll be 7 through 12.
7 through 12. And then
I already rolled. I got a imaginary 5 for my imaginary dice.
all right. Well, I'm rolling the real dice. 10.
You guys don't see like a problem with this? Like these numbers don't mean anything. Is it like the highest goes first or the lowest goes first?
No, we had a range.
Yeah, we had a
okay.
range.
All right.
So
I got a 5. What'd you get, Tim?
It was a 10.
10. Okay.
Oh, we're all rolling? What is
No,
this?
well, I mean, I thought it was just like a 20-sided dice. We have a range, and then whoever gets in their range has to go first.
All right, I'll go first. This is...
Okay.
Just done that in the beginning. Jeez. All right.
This is horrible. Okay. All right. So I have a few since it's
Yeah, that's cool.
okay. So for my first one is onigiri from 5 centimeters per second. And it's like for those people who don't know, it's a Japanese rice ball.
Yeah, rice cake.
Yeah, it's usually like a triangular shape or like a circle, I guess, or spear, maybe.
Yeah, there's different shapes. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like usually wrapped in seaweed. I tried it, or I made it myself from watching YouTube,
Nice.
It was pretty good. It's actually harder than I thought. Like the first time I made it,
Like the shape.
yeah,
To
it was
keep
like
it.
an actual triangle. Disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
And then like there was just too much rice, so you have to get like the rice meat ratio. But yeah, was the first one, and then the second inspired food for me from an anime is the taiyaki
Mm-hmm.
from Faith Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works.
Mm-hmm.
It's there's a cute scene in episode 12 where Saber is trying to eat the takoyaki, but she doesn't know which way to eat it. So you see her like flipping it around, like struggling.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty cute. So taiyaki is pretty much a fish-shaped cake, and it usually has like a red bean paste
Sweet
or
red bean, yeah.
yeah, or like custard, or I guess even chocolate. Cause have you been to Somi Somi by the mall? So they sell taiyaki with custard or chocolate filling.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't seen the
Yeah,
chocolate before.
yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's like $1.50 each or $2. Okay, and my third one is the melon pan from Shagugan no Shana.
Mm-hmm.
If you've seen it, it's pretty much the iconic food in that anime series. So you always see
That's true.
Shana obsess with melon bread.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny about pan is that it doesn't have melon in it. It's just shaped to look like a lemon. And I remember going to Little Tokyo to actually like buy a bunch of them, you know. And I was like, oh wait, it kind of tastes like lemon, right? A little bit, kind of tastes like melon,
Uh-huh.
or no? It's too sweet for me.
No.
It's too sweet for me. So yeah, I can't
Uh-huh.
tell because it's just so sweet. But it's more like rocky dough. It's hard to explain. It's,
It's
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 really
pretty
Kinda
much
crunchy on
like
top.
a soft bread, but the top part is like it has pretty much sugar, or it's like really
yeah,
sweet in the
Yeah.
top.
and it's cut into like a shape that kind of looks like a cantaloupe.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. My fourth inspired food is the takoyaki.
Mm-hmm.
It's I inspired from Card Capture Sakura. I forgot her little fairy name. Is it Kiro?
Karo?
Kiro?
Yeah.
Yeah, the little one. Okay. There's an episode where he's like fighting with another one that looks like him over takoyaki, who gets the last squid ball or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So takoyaki is a ball-shaped snack, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and it has octopus inside, and I guess they kind of like top it off with tempura flakes, green onions. It's
Man.
really good,
And
and they also
it's
have
yeah,
they have it at Tea Station, which is pretty good.
and they surround it with like I don't know how to explain it, but like a bread type. It's kind of like the pancake sauce
Yeah, yeah.
around the ingredient. Uh, there's a different types of ingredient, but the main one that like the first one is called takoyaki. Hence, taco is it
Octopus.
means octopus in English. So yeah, there's like a lot of stuff. There's like like you could even put chocolate in there too. But
Uh,
yeah,
I tried making this too, but I couldn't get it to come out spherical.
Oh.
do you have the
Yeah,
machine?
I had the. It wasn't iron, but it was kind of like, I guess like stainless steel.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it doesn't have that. Like I tried like flipping it over, and then it just came out into like a clump.
Oh.
It wasn't a perfect spear, but it was
Yeah,
still good.
yeah. You need like certain technique in order to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
those.
that
Yeah.
is definitely hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to a Japanese market, and then I bought like the pre-made, I guess the stuffing,
Mm-hmm.
and then you buy fresh octopus, and then you just put it in. Came
Mm.
out great. And my next one is uh, Is it Dango?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dango? Okay, so this one, I haven't seen Clannad, but I saw the ending song. So the ending song is a bunch of Dango, like, very emotionally staring into, like, I guess each other's eyes or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just about food. And the whole song is just like, Dango, Dango. Anyways, yeah, I've never had mango personally, but that's on my I guess because it's a sweet, or
Yeah,
is it like a dessert
like a
kind of thing?
Japanese,
Yeah.
yeah, traditional dessert. Where you see it in a lot of samurai movies or anime or manga or whatever, where there's like a rest stop or yeah, like a tea stop or something, and then they always have a dango, which is a spherical like rice cake, I guess you could say. It's not the same as a onigiri, but it's more like paste. But there's like you see like three of those on one stick, and then you
Have, have you had it?
yeah.
Do you like it?
I personally don't really like it because the sauce they put on it, it's like you're eating like a.
It's very sweet.
It's sweet and it's kind of like caramel, but not really. Yeah, it's kind of hard to describe the taste, but for me, it kind of tastes like I'm eating sweet plastic or something.
Oh, you don't like the texture.
Yeah, the texture and then the taste is just too much for me. But I'm pretty sure, there's a lot of people who might like it, but yeah, just my
I also
preference.
noticed they come in different colors.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same flavors or just different flavors?
They just put in, they usually have pink or green, right? And then the
Yeah,
regular
I
one
see
is
pink, green,
brown,
and
yeah.
white.
Or yeah,
Yeah.
white. So the original is white and brown. Uh, but the pink one, they put in sakura, which is cherry blossom, just for like the color. And the green one is green tea. So the green one does have like that green tea taste, but the pink one is just like like a regular one. It's just for the color.
Hmm. Okay. Well,
Mm.
I'll try it one day. And my next one is omu rice.
Oh,
And
rice.
yeah, rice, right? I'm
Yeah.
saying that right?
I was like, well, okay, I never
I,
heard of that.
yeah, I don't know how to say it. It's OMU and then rice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So this one I really wanted to try it from Digimon.
Mm-hmm.
So Ty actually made this for his little sister, and he like, put ketchup on it.
Mm-hmm.
It looked pretty good, according to his sister. But I tried it in real life, and I didn't like it
Really?
only because I don't like ketchupy rice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with ketchup on my egg, but when it's like mixed into the rice,
Yeah.
it's just not my cup of tea. But it looks delicious though.
For the people who don't know, it's you pretty much mix ketchup with fried rice, and then you cook it, and that's gonna be the main ingredient. And then you're gonna put like a
Like an
sheet
omelet.
of omelet on top of that, and then you put ketchup on top of that too. And then
Yeah.
there's a lot of cafes which does this thing where they draw or put some letters or something that you want on it, and then they'll kind of sing you like a song or something according to that cafe. It's just for like service and whatever, but I think it's pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
the ketchup,
It's mostly fried rice. So
yeah, the ketchup for um, America versus Japan is different by a lot. The Japanese ketchups, they're less. They do have like sugar in it, but it's less sweeter, so it has a better taste to it. But yeah, definitely, if you were to make it, and then like here in America, if you were to make it with their ketchup, it'd be like really sweet and it'd wouldn't, you wouldn't want to really eat a sweet dinnery food, I guess. Yeah, it's not a snack. I'll tell you that.
It's definitely a meal. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's also definitely one you can make at home. It's pretty much just fried rice, and then you just like fry an egg in a pan, just like mixed up into a flat pancake, right? And
Yeah.
then you just kind of wrap it around the rice.
Mhm.
Personally, I don't like having ketchup in the rice. I
Yeah,
guess people can do that.
Yeah,
yeah. So,
definitely.
so when I make it, I usually make kimchi fried rice, and then I do the egg thing on top, but then I don't put ketchup.
Mm.
It, I don't know. I'm just a ketchup hater for some reason.
No, I understand. Yeah. Like, okay, just it might be a little off topic, but, or not maybe. Do you like pineapple on your pizza?
I don't like it or dislike it. I can eat it.
Okay.
I'm neutral.
Okay, so it's pretty much the same concept, right? It's like you're putting sugary stuff on a meal, and there's a lot of people who might say, I don't really like it because of that fact that pizza's supposed to be a meal and not a snack. But yeah, same kind of concept with omurice. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. So,
Okay. My next one is ramen,
mm-hmm,
inspired from Naruto.
mm-hmm,
It's pretty much his favorite food, or pretty much the only thing he eats. From like cup noodle ramen to like legit go to like dine-in ramen.
yeah,
And he's also named after Naruto Maki,
yeah.
that little cured fish thing.
Fish
That's
cake.
that's
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's like the shape of a at symbol.
yeah. Or his cheeks or whatever that
Yeah.
he has, right? Yeah.
Well, he has that symbol on his family crest thing too, right? That he wears. That Uzumaki. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like the Naruto thing too.
Yeah.
His cheeks doesn't have that. He has whiskers for his,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
right? Are we watching the same stuff?
No, no,
Um,
I think you're right.
yeah.
Okay. I think that's it. Not much to say about ramen. Uh, it's good. I've tried the black. Have you guys tried the? We went there, right, with him, and it was like the black one. Forgot what it's
Black?
called. Is it just
Oh,
black?
Daikokuya? That one?
I
I
think
think
so. Like
he's
the
top.
the, the broth is black,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Not that then.
not that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. That's my go-to ramen flavor.
Mm-hmm. It's like the literal translation is like burnt pork flavor or something like that. But it's yeah, it's good. It's real good.
Yeah, I haven't had that one.
Well, next time, or maybe next week. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, that's all I got. That I wanted to add the curry, like the curry with rice,
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't remember which anime it's from because they're in so many
Yeah.
that I
It's true.
couldn't pinpoint which anime had curry with rice.
I mean, to be fair,
But
you could just say Shokugeki no Soma, which has everything. So,
yeah, yeah,
but I
yeah.
mean, you had curry before, right?
Well, usually when I had like the first curry I had was Thai curry,
Mm-hmm.
which is way different than Japanese curry.
Right.
And then I had Indian curry, which is very similar. Not well, yeah, it's similar to Thai curry. And then when I had Japanese curry at Curry House, it was totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like both.
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely one of my favorite foods.
I don't like the curry that you make. You know how like you go to the Japanese store and you buy like the curry block?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the house foods like Vermont
Yeah,
curry.
yeah. I don't like that one.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
So
don't know why.
personally, I don't really like curry house, but I will eat that.
So you're the opposite?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be the opposite too.
Yeah. I know the one from Curry House is not healthy at all.
Oh
Because
yeah.
if you look at the ingredients, because they have you can buy their own curry in that form.
Mm-hmm.
Like it comes in package, like they sell at the supermarket.
Yeah.
And if you look at the ingredients in the back, it has like all unhealthy crap. It even has like forgot what it was. It's kind of like orange soda. Like they
Mm-hmm.
have that in there. Yeah. So I don't recommend eating curry house.
But Curry House may not be good, but I think Koko Ichi, or
Oh
it's
yeah,
called
yeah.
Koko Ichiban, but that is
That
a
one is
lot better because I don't wanna just say what might not be true, but I have heard that Curry House is just there's a lot of times where they just microwave a lot of the already made uh, curry and then they serve it to you. Versus
Mm.
Koko Ichiban, they actually cook right in front of you, like all the. It's like an open glass. What's it called? Kitchen, so you could see what they're making too. But yeah, Koko Ichiban is definitely a lot better.
yeah, it is. It's my I would say my most favorite curry place.
Mm-hmm.
Japanese curry. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that place is not bad too. Curry Katsu,
Mm-hmm.
the one where we went. That one was I would say in the middle. And
Yeah.
then Curry House on the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Well, to be fair, there's not that many curry places, so
It's true.
the only well-known places would be the main franchise or whatever for curry would be Curry House or Kokoichi. So yeah, definitely give it a try if you haven't.
Yeah. And if you go to like the mom and pop
Mm-hmm.
Japanese restaurant,
Yeah.
the curry comes out like the one you make at home, right? The one where it's like they use the curry block from the supermarket.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, I could have made this at home.
That's good curry though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I
It's.
ate so much of it when at the university that I'm just sick of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that was like it was easy to make,
Yeah.
and it was like it's you can't go wrong, right? You can't go wrong with it. You buy some meat, you buy some veggies, put it in a pot, and you have a good meal. Oh, I fried some eggs too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great college meal. All you folks at home, try that.
Yeah, no one eats ramen. I noticed that's not a thing.
I have. This might not be true anymore, but doesn't college students eat like the cup noodles though?
No, they don't,
Oh, okay.
and I don't see why they would, because it's counterintuitive. Because when you have high volume of information you have to process, you need decent food. If you're gonna keep loading yourself that's high on sodium and processed food, you're just setting yourself up for failure.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're smart enough to know that already, especially if you go to a university.
Okay.
Like you'll still eat like shit, but not complete shit. It's like, oh, I need some protein, You'll still eat some chicken here and there.
I'd like to believe in us, but I've definitely met people who would do that. So,
I haven't met really like who? I haven't met any.
I'm not sure if they do it here.
Like maybe like not at a UC level. I
I've
haven't.
definitely had a roommate during a summer course that
You did that?
that was all he ate. Yeah,
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah, it's gross.
It sucks. Yeah,
There's a lot of
like
people
my
who don't
roommates
work.
ate well. Oh, it's because they were rich.
No, if you don't work and you just focus on like school, I think you have no choice, I think. But that's according to people who don't, you know, work at all and they just focus on school. I know in
I
Japan they did that, but
I
maybe not
mean, like
here.
we even had what was that food op thing where like you can go and get food for free, no questions asked. You
Like
remember that?
Was it the Indian place?
Yeah, no, it was before the Indian. It was just like a pantry. You can go in, grab whatever you want, no question asked. Just show your ID, and they have like bananas, fruits. They have like can of beans, and yeah,
I've
and they
actually
do
never
have.
been in
Never been in there?
there.
I've been there just for the memes.
No.
I just want something, so I just grabbed a banana. Yeah, it was a student food pantry.
Huh. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
but
cool.
it was by the Indian place that I will never go back to.
That's
Place
true.
made me sick. Ugh. Okay, back to topic. Yeah, that's all I have. I would add udon in there, but I don't remember seeing it. That's like my favorite Japanese noodle.
Okay. Tim, you want to go next?
Sure.
Okay.
All of my food things come from an anime called Yakitate Japan. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen it.
But basically, this show like predates Food Wars, and I don't know. I think this show did a good job
Mhm.
before it came around. And they have some, and this one is all about baking. So there's just some crazy bread in there. I mean, they've got like the taiyaki and melon pan and stuff like that. But one thing I really wanted to try is it's a uni chawanmushi pan. Chawanmushi is like the steamed egg, steamed egg cup bowl
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. It's like egg
And
pudding, but yeah, not
yeah,
yeah.
and for this episode, the theme was a area of Japan where they do sea urchin really well. So they tried to like incorporate sea urchin into a bread, and they ended up making like a French bread bowl,
Mm-hmm.
and and then they made like a steamed egg and put it inside with some uni in it. So it's really interesting. I've never seen it before, so I don't know if I'll ever try it.
But it looked good. It sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the theory is sound.
We gotta make it ourselves.
Yeah.
And they have a like naan bread. I think the naan they have is like physically impossible because the way he made it turned into like a really crispy like Mount Fuji shape,
Okay.
but it's like a naan bread, right? So it's naan is pretty soft, so and the way it's intended to be eaten is to like fill the like mountain with curry and like eat it together, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that's not possible. So, but it did look good.
Okay.
And they have the petalite bread, which supposedly takes you to heaven. That I don't know. That sounds really good, but I don't think they really described how it tastes. Looked like regular bread to me. So,
Did their clothes like rip off?
No, but like the judge who tasted it, he like collapsed and he like went to heaven, and heaven was a club called Heaven, and it was just like girls in bunny girl outfits, just like running the club. So in some ways, I feel like it did it better.
Hmm.
Another one was a okonomiyaki sandwich that they had with like yakisoba filling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've had okonomiyaki, I've had yakisoba. I don't know if I'd eat them together, but basically you can put anything in okonomiyaki, so I'm sure it's good. It's like
Yeah,
all carbs though.
in those okonomiyaki specific places, they do have both of them, and there is an option to do that as well, but it's really heavy. Yeah, like you said, it's carbs heavy. So, but yeah, it's all right, I guess. I wouldn't I wouldn't combine the two though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For breakfast.
Mm, maybe. I mean,
Uh, maybe not yakisoba, but okonomiyaki is pretty much like a snack base in Japan. So you could definitely eat it for breakfast. Be pretty heavy. It's kind of eating like a pancake, but with like actual food and not like, like syrup or something sweet.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like mostly cabbage though. I mean, it's like cabbage and eggs
Mm-hmm.
and flour, and then the rest is you just order whatever you want, really. So
Yeah.
I guess it could be breakfast food.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And that's it for me.
I'm surprised that you guys didn't have any of the Miyazaki Hayao's the Ghibli foods.
Oh, I kind of had Spirited Away, but I assumed someone else would have it.
Oh, well, yeah. Pretty much everything I have is like the Ghibli food. It just they make it so good. It looks like more bomb than it should do. But I have like a full course menu going on. So my breakfast would be from Howl's Moving Castle. The breakfast they had when they first met the old lady. Shit, I forgot her name. But the young chick that turned into an old lady with a curse. But they had Canadian bacon, eggs, and bread and red tea, and that was like their breakfast. I was like, holy shit, that looks so bomb. Even if you've had all those stuff before, but
It looks like a regular breakfast, right?
yeah, but they make it so
But
bomb, yeah, and how they cook
somehow
it
it
too,
looks amazing.
yeah, and yeah, that definitely. I don't know, like it. It looks so heavy, but it's just like a really good American or European breakfast. But anyways, yeah. So for the lunch, I wanted to try the Kiki's Delivery fish pot pie. I think it's pot pie. You know what I'm talking about? The one where Kiki had to deliver it in the rain to like a rich, like big house.
Oh, it had like the fish shape in the middle?
Yeah, the fish shape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's like a macaroni with like the top layer being like a, I don't know, some sort of carbs. I don't know what it is, but I'm not sure what it is. It looked like a pot pie, so I just said fish pot pie. But yeah, that looks so bomb. I wanted to try it. As soon as that came out of the oven, I was like, yeah. Yeah, that's my lunch, and my dinner would be from uh, Castle in the Sky or Raputa. What the pirates ate at their temporary hideout when they went down to the ground, to the earth or whatever, that place, they're eating like a whole lobster, beef. Um, they had like a slab of pork or whatever, a whole ham, sausage links. It was all like meat, like every meat. They had chicken too, and then wine and a baguette. So it was like how they eat it too was like it made it look so good. They're just like biting into like the whole lobster with the shell, and then they'll like break off and everything. I was like, yeah, it definitely looks so good to eat. Which I'm pretty sure I could just do it on my own, but that's a lot of money to be able to buy all that.
It's true.
But definitely something that, I assumed you guys would at least have one of the Miyazaki food. Like it's crazy how even like the shittiest food they make it look so good. Like in Princess Mononoke, the merchant guy, the fat merchant guy that's on like stilts or something, like the Japanese geta.
Yeah.
He would make like rice porridge over just like in the wilderness, and then that porridge looked so bomb. They had a lot of good food, but yeah, it's just Ghibli is just so good at making everything look so good. Those over exaggerating motherfuckers. But one thing I want to try for snack was by Naushka, Valley of the Wind. Um, Before she left on the space carrier, the kids brought her a seed bag, which is called chikonomi, which there is no literal translation for it, but mi is seeds, but chiko is, I guess, the tree or whatever. But um, it's supposed to be really bitter and sour, but it's like really healthy for you. And I wanted to try that. I guess the equivalent to that would be like maybe ume, the sour plum,
Plum.
but maybe dried, or yeah, dried sour plum. But yeah, I definitely wanted to try that as a snack. And yeah, that's my full course menu.
Nice.
All right. So that's our corner. So the second part, short story corner, that is Tim's turn.
Yeah.
All right. Go for it.
Okay, so the main character of this story is a middle-aged housewife,
Okay.
and she's got this like obsession with cleaning, and it's kind of extreme, and it's become so extreme that like it's kind of like breaking up the house, and she's having some family troubles, so she gets a divorce, and she has to like find a new place and use her like cleaning skills elsewhere. And somewhere along the line, she like discovers that she has a knack for teaching. How would I say this? She like meets a bunch of delinquents that they're like bullying people, and she like sets them straight, and she realizes that she has a gift for setting people straight, and she's just like a little old lady who becomes like a fearless gang leader and does and just like sets the kids straight and cleans up all of Japan.
Okay. And I don't know. To me, it sounds kind of like a comedy, but what genre would that be?
I definitely think it'll have a lot of comedy elements, but it'll also have like a little bits of drama and like you get to like see the lives of these like kids and why they're on this path that they are, troubled path.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I definitely watch it for the memes. Um,
Do you guys know about Kondo?
This story was definitely inspired by her.
Okay, I was like, this this is her real life, and then like gone wrong.
mm,
It's like, what if she got a divorce? This is what would have happened. But yeah, now she's not only cleaning up Japan, she's cleaning up America.
oh, isn't there like a Netflix show of her?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
she wrote
it's
she wrote
actually
this
gotten
book
pretty
called
popular.
is it The Art of Tidying Up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually read it. I read the book. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's too bad. I would say it's definitely more on the it's practical, but it has this weird it might be a loss in translation, but oh man, she tries to add like philosophy into a lot of like her
Mm-hmm.
cleaning things. It's like, oh, does this spark joy?
Mm.
Like this, I think that like, does this spark joy or something to do with joy?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's said over like 10,000 times. It's like, does this bring joy? Joy, 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 and it's like, okay.
But I think some of the stuff that she says kind of does make sense. Where
No,
I,
it's really good. Like I
yeah.
agree. Like if you can get over like that weird part where she wants you to feel connected with the item on like a spiritual philosophical level,
Mm-hmm.
like that might not fly for everyone, especially if you're more like, logic and you don't have that emotional attachment to things.
Right.
Yeah. But like her techniques are really helpful. Like it makes a lot of practical sense. Like she says to bring out everything
Yeah.
from everywhere and then organize them all. Like all your cleaning shit, bring them all out, All your cooking stuff, bring them all out and
Yeah.
then go through them one by one.
And also she'll say like,
Actually,
if you're folding clothes and then you just don't feel like doing it, go do something else first. Then like come back to it. Maybe you'll feel like folding clothes eventually after doing something else. I mean I thought made sense and stuff like that. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's for you. It doesn't work for me
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like that's the thing with everyone. It's like you never feel like doing anything
Mm-hmm.
per se. Like you have to do it because it's responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
right? And folding your clothes is pretty responsible, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with making your bed. Like you just do it. You shouldn't think about it too much.
Yeah.
For me at least. But I do like she does teach you how to fold clothes too, which
Yeah.
I thought was pretty cool. So I actually fold my pants like how she does it. But I still fold my shirt the way I learned in YouTube, like how to fold your clothes in one step.
Yeah.
I still do that because it's just convenient and fast. But
Is
then
that the
now
one where you like pinch it and
yeah, you pinch it and then yeah, it doesn't work for because I switch a lot of my clothes out. I used to have a lot of t-shirts. Now I don't have any t-shirts. I only have like 5 V-necks and that's it. So now I have to hang out all my clothes. 'Cause I only have like dress shirts now.
Mm.
But it sucks. I miss being able to do that. It's like I can't do it with these dress shirts. Yeah,
Yeah,
so joy.
and it makes sense too, or maybe not make sense, but she'll say like when you're cleaning the house, you have to show appreciation to the house, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like one big spirit or something like that. But I think at a certain point that'd be like a just like a cleaning like a maniac. What's the term? OCD or whatever.
Well, OCD is different, right? Like people think OCD people who are just people that they have to have things a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean that's cool, but that's not OCD. OCD is when you have to
Adjust everything to
adjust
like the
your
accordingly to how
yeah
you feel
yeah
most
100
comfortable.
times,
Yeah.
100 times. That would be OCD.
I
Like you
mean, it's
can't sleep.
characterized by severity, right? It's
Yeah,
not OCD until it like negatively impacts your life.
Mm.
yeah. Like you literally cannot. Like that's all you'll think about.
Okay.
Yeah, like you'll be sleeping and you'll be like, I need to flip the pillows 10 times over and over again. Like that's pretty painful. Just to like, dang. I don't know. I don't know how OCD people feel, but
I mean,
I
if
feel
that
like
if that's what makes them happy.
it doesn't, right? That's why it's a disorder, and that's why they seek help because it ruins their lives.
Okay. Yeah. That show though, you should. It's on YouTube or not YouTube. Well, maybe YouTube too, but it's definitely in Netflix. So
Have Have you guys read the book and seen the show?
I've just seen like the first part of the show. I haven't. I didn't even know she had a book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It's it's
that's normal.
she
That's normal that you
she's
don't know. It would be weird if you knew about the book, like I did, because the book came out a long time ago.
Yeah, it's pretty old.
Yeah,
okay.
it's pretty old, so it would be weird if you knew about it, to be honest. But
It does make sense though that if there's a show or a movie about it, there's some kind of book before it, book or a novel or manga or whatever, because that's usually the steps before making it an actual film. So
yeah, I think if you take out all like the house is a spirit and like her backstory about how she got into cleaning, I think the book can be like you can read it in like I would say like 25 minutes
mhm.
because most of the other books are filled with other stuff. But I think if she wrote like a to do thing and just step by step without explaining like all the spiritual stuff,
Mhm.
like I don't think she can write a book that long.
I think that's a big part of it for her, though.
It
Like,
is, yeah,
the
it
House of
definitely.
the Spirit is a very Japanese, like old Shinto, like philosophy.
Mhm.
Yeah, and she even says that, right? Like she is kind of like that, like since the when she was little, like
Yeah,
she was just obsessed with the whole like orderliness of everything.
Mhm.
And it's kind of like feng shui too, you know?
yeah, in a way.
The in a way, yeah. It's like, oh, maybe you can combine the two. Nah. Be- Maybe her babies will be the new house organizer since and furniture rearranger guru who may or may not be in a gang leader. Yeah, I mean it's a cool story. I think people will read, to be honest, because people order in a time of chaos, right?
Yeah.
I think
And it,
I'm not sure about other people, but do you guys think that the normal, typical American actually cleans their house? Like, like thoroughly, like instead of like like vacuuming or washing
I,
dishes,
I
like
would
besides
I would
that?
say I would say no,
Mm-hmm.
because it reflects in our culture,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because if the majority of everyone sees cleanliness as important, then you would see it like in our society.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't. I mean, I'm I, I'm not saying we don't take it seriously, but we kind of fuck with it. Like we kind of like we don't really like care too much.
Mm-hmm.
What do you
Like
mean by we would see it? Like it would show in.
it was showing how how important we would recycle,
Mm,
and it would show how less waste like we produce,
Mm-hmm.
and it would show that people would actually get angry with like the, I guess, the dirtiness or unpleasantness
Mm-hmm.
in the city,
yeah.
right? Like if it's not affecting their health, we don't kind of care, you know? Like we don't really care. Like if
Yeah.
the air is not if the air is polluted, then we care, right?
Yeah.
But if the air is not polluted anymore, then yeah, whatever, it's cool. Who cares if there's a little bit of litter on the ground? We'll just have sweep it up, you know?
I
Like
think. Yeah.
who cares if we dump trash in the recycling bin when we're not supposed to? Well, let's not charge anyone. Let's just be like, hey, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, it's been like that for so long that it's just like a normal thing for us. Versus Japan, it's scary in terms of that, where they have like a perishable pile, non-perishable, and then a recycling pile. And if you don't follow that, you actually get a violation ticket. And that's like something that you don't. I guess it's unnecessary things that you have to pay for when you could have like done it properly. And it's been in that culture for so long that it's just a normal thing for Japanese people, versus if you're trying to implement that here in America, it's just like people so used to it, they're not even gonna care.
Yeah, but I also feel like it had to do with like the timing and also like location. Because
Mm-hmm.
Japan is a small place, right? It's a
Mm-hmm.
small island, and you really have to keep like clean and organized.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas America, we're like, you know, we have like landfills everywhere, and like we have plastic bottles everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you look on the streets, there's gum everywhere. Like people spit gum on the floor so many times that the concrete actually like changed colors over time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's and like under every desk there's a gum. So but it's changing though. Like we're using hydro flasks more. We're oh, what else we're getting rid of straws. Uh no more plastic bags. We're going organic. And I kind of like that our generation is moving towards this minimalistic kind of lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
because you see it in the fashion a lot. Like it started with like kind of like the hipsters, and then it kind of like, I don't know if you guys follow like the fashion for like watches and clothing, but they're minimalistic. Like if you look at modern watches, there's like nothing on the right.
Right.
It's it's just like the hour hand and then
Just
the
hands.
minute. Yeah, and then that's it. And then if you look at modern houses, there's like no design. It's well, it is designed, but there's no like weird, like there won't be like a fireplace with bricks, like a lot of colors. It'll just be things that um makes the house efficient as possible. So I'll have good ventilation. So, the windows will be placed where there's good ventilation, kind of like,
You're talking about modern houses or?
yeah, modern houses.
Okay, okay.
Like if yeah, the modern houses have big windows, to maximize like lighting and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they usually have like a monotone color. Like it's either like black, which has a purpose, or it's white. But it's not like bricky. It's not like green or purple or pink, you know?
Mm.
Like it's not made of bricks or marble.
This is in terms of America, though, right? Yeah.
No, this is in terms of modern architecture.
Like in general?
Yeah, because in Japan, a lot of their houses are modern because uh, it's it has to be practicality because they have limited space, so they have to design it in a way that it's efficient as possible.
Okay.
And then modern architecture is all about that.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure when it comes to uh, maybe, yeah, I guess in my mind, I'm thinking they would have fireplaces though for.
No, because fireplaces are not efficient. The reason why people had fireplaces for two reasons is, that was their way to heat their home.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, it looks nice. Like, oh, Santa Claus comes down a chimney, gather around.
Mm-hmm.
But heating your house with fire and wood, not only inefficient, it's, it pollutes. You don't want to do that.
Right.
You have a
Also,
heater.
the like opening is really inefficient in terms of like heat.
Yeah, and you have to clean that.
Yeah.
Cleaning the fireplace is super inefficient, right? You're letting all this dust and heat in your house,
You gotta chop wood.
Yeah, it's built. His fireplaces are dumb.
All right. I guess I will. I'll live in the woods and chop my wood. That's my dream, to chop wood. Put like a log on top of what's it called? One of those tree
Another
stems.
log.
And then use what's it called? An axe and chop it.
You're gonna be a lumberjack, right?
Yep.
When you chop wood, you grow an Insta beard.
Yep. And then I have a checkers, red and black checkers.
Yep, you have a
and an
checker
overall.
pattern. Yeah,
That beanie on.
yeah, you got that beanie on.
Just like off of one chop.
Like, oh, I could never grow a beard before, but
like-
after I chopped this,
It's like I'm not even Asian anymore.
yeah, you're not. You genetically change.
And
How
then-
how did we get to this topic? Oh, Mari Kondo.
yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, I follow her on Instagram.
she even has an Instagram. Okay. All right. Well, let's finish the corner up, or the last corner with the anime manga or doujinshi that's coming out. I recommend Kino's Journey. This is already out. This came out on the 5th of this month. But it's kind of like King of Bandit Jing. But it has like a more cultural vibe to it. I think for those of you who don't know what King of Bandit Jin is, it's like they have this thing where it's like there's like a bad thing that happens that episode, and then they overcome it, and then the hero saves the day or whatever. But for this Kino's Journey, it's more of like getting to know another place's culture, and then there's like some bad event that happens in that culture, and they try to overcome it, and then that becomes the episode of that episode or whatever. But definitely give it a try. Watch it. It is a manga. It's called Kino's Journey. So what is our random topic for the rest of the podcast? Anything you guys want to talk about? that, Tim? I'm all out of ideas.
Oh man, I don't know.
Is there something that
Like,
you've like wanted to know or wanted to discuss? Like you had a question about. Well, okay. Well, how about like pet peeves? What's your guys' pet peeve if you have one? Tim?
Dang, I think I have a lot.
What's
One of
one?
my
Yeah.
one of my well, currently one of my pet peeves is when someone that's a professional doesn't act like a professional.
You
Like for your
mean?
doc for
Mhm.
example, like a doctor. Let's say he talks super gangster
Oh, okay.
or in slang.
mm,
Like
it's
that
like
is a pet
personal
peeve.
life, or
No, like he doesn't separate personal um diction, right? Like he wants to be like a cool doctor, so instead of speaking professionally, he tries to speak to you like he's your homie or your friend. And
Okay.
and to me that is a pet peeve. I don't know why. I
That it might not be the way that you're thinking it's maybe he's brought up that way, or it's just that's just how he talks maybe. But I understand what you're trying to say, but mm, I I don't think speech necessarily, as long as they're doing what they're supposed to be, is that differential or like big in terms of service. I don't know. I mean,
no.
obviously, this is your pet peeve. So.
Yeah, like I'll give you an example, right? Okay, you're working as a pharmacist, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a patient, she comes up and she complains to you,
Mm-hmm.
blah 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 blah. Like why isn't my medication ready yet? Like how long does it take to fill in some damn pills?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, right? She's yelling outside. You come back to your team, and then you say, "Damn man, what a bitch." And you're like a professional.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like you shouldn't say because it's not professional.
Mm-hmm.
And what it's a pet peeve for me because you know one, you're fortunate enough to be in that position,
Mm-hmm.
and two, you know society carved out kind of like this institution for you to be better than that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're not living up to like of course it's easy to call people a bitch,
Mm-hmm.
like, but for you to be in that field and not understand that people are frustrated and that not let it get to you,
Mm-hmm.
like to me it's like it's not like didn't they teach you that in school? It's more like, dang man, you're a professional. Like why are you acting so immature?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my pet peeve. That's what I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
And in case for doctors, like you can complain, I guess, if you're not in front of your patient. But because I have a friend that's a doctor, and he's talking shit about patients all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and if somehow that patient knows their own doctor is talking shit about them, right?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of like it breaks down this wall of professionalism. Like one, you're not supposed to talk about your patient; it's against the law,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
right? Like that's bad already. And then two, like you're supposed to be trying to help them, right? Where's your like empathy,
yeah.
like that's like uh it frustrates me. It really does.
Mm. Couldn't you like kind of well, obviously that personal confidentiality of like a person is obviously important, but when they're off work,
That's the
wouldn't
thing.
that yeah.
That's the thing. When you're off work, you hold that professionalism because that's what maturity is, right? You trade your potential for something, for maturity. You
Mm,
take on that identity, you live it, right?
mm-hmm,
If you are a professional, you live like a professional, right? You don't act like a kid. You get your emotions straight and you leave your work at work,
mm,
right? You don't have any like animosity towards your patient because you're trying to help them, right? So
mm-hmm,
if you already like got yourself in check and you're a professional, there's no need to do that. The reason why you come and you gossip about your patients and you talk shit about them, like, like 2 or 3 inches away from the room, shows that you're immature and you
mm,
shouldn't be in that position because it's destructive, right? You're
mm.
holding ill intent for
Definitely.
people that trusts you. That really bugs me.
It's isn't it in I don't want to say like our culture, but how we just are like social creatures and we have to talk about what like about our lives or our day, and then so we have this thing where we complain about our jobs, and I think that's just like the normal thing to do, whether or regardless of profession, you know, as people, I think we just in general talk shit about what happens at work.
Yeah, because that's immature, right? That's why you're not that it takes the word professionalism out of professionalism kind of thing
Mm-hmm.
when you're immature like that. And I think it is our society to blame because like people still call college student kids, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when the fuck are we going to grow up, you know?
Never, never gonna
Like
grow up.
yeah, right? And that changes the narrative for everything. If you're going to be a kid, it implies that you're immature. And if you're immature, then, you're not responsible for anything. Like responsibility is maturity,
I think
right?
it's
And
because if you're still in school, the term school means you're a kid, and that's
that's
why
what
people
yeah, that's what happens
call you a
now,
kid.
right?
Yeah,
Like yeah, everyone calls you a kid now. It's
but
really
that
weird.
doesn't make sense if you're like 60 or 50 or 60 years old, and then you want to go back to school. That's not making you become a kid, But obviously, there's like those exceptions like that, but yeah, that does make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just weird, right? Like they're extending childhood more,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like before 18, like, you can vote, you can hold a gun and kill somebody.
Yep.
You go to jail, you get trialed in court as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Like like and then you have like parents just like, oh man, my son or daughter is still a kid, she's in college,
Mm-hmm.
she's only a little baby. I was like how long is she gonna be your baby for?
Mm-hmm.
Forever? And I'm saying that as like it's I'm not sure if it's healthy or unhealthy. I'm just saying
That's your pet peeve, yeah.
that it's hard to know that someone you trust is not professional,
Mm-hmm.
right? That doesn't act professional, and I guess it gives the profession a bad taste in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely feel you here, especially when we're talking about doctors, but I guess it's kind of like tough for doctors because they like pretty much work all the time.
There's nothing
It's
else to
kind of
talk
hard to
about.
like leave your work when you're there all the time, right?
I shouldn't say leave your work. I say you should compartmentalize your work, right? Because
Mm,
doctors, they should be smart, right?
yeah,
And you
we
should
hope
be
so
able to
anyway.
find a way where you do not become cruel and destructive to yourself, right?
Mm.
Because because when you do that, then you become cruel and destructive towards others. And that's why it's a pet peeve of mine, because because they do that, is because they have some kind of nihilistic view in life. That's why they do that. And I guess that's why I feel like, if, because obviously they hate their job or they hate it enough to take it out on somebody.
Yeah.
And if they get to that point, it's like, dang, I kind of want to see a doctor that's not nihilistic, because then he'll have the incentive to actually help me and not just get me in and out really quick. Because if you're going to pay money, you might as well get a responsible doctor.
Mm. Okay. It's a yeah. That is a pet peeve.
Oh man,
In terms of like what you say, yeah, like that's that's something that you can't really control that. Um, geez, like like putting my shoes in a doctor's point of view, I don't know, like being like a species that wants to interact with other people and like talk. If your whole job is pretty much like to take care of someone, or like a doctor, you have nothing else to talk about, you know like you say, oh yeah, that syringe I had or whatever like flew out of my hand and fucking stabbed someone or whatever. Like you can't even say that. You got, there's like
no,
nothing
you can say that, right? You can. It's just you
like,
can't. You can share like what happens per
okay,
se,
but
like,
not information of other people.
but you can't share their information. Like, oh, hey, I know this guy. He has
Yeah,
and
yeah,
this,
yeah.
right? But you can say that one of my patients, I'm seeing, has this, and this. And then I guess I have expectations
Hmm.
that's why it irritates me. So
Oh,
I
okay.
know they have to talk about their patients, but I'm just saying, why don't they choose to talk about it in a constructive way?
Hmm.
So let's say, like, I
Mm.
mean, this happens all the time. So like people will be like, okay, like they come to the pharmacy, they want a certain brand, right? And we don't have that brand, and
Hmm.
then the patient will be like, only that brand works for me, right?
Hmm.
And immediately you want to laugh, because drugs are the most, you know um they're the most, I guess, pure and specific
Hmm.
thing possible, right? They're so like pinpoint perfect. They have to be, right? So the fact that there's generic and there's brand doesn't mean anything, because it has to pass the FDA and it has to hit those receptors. So then for them to say like, oh, this brand only works, it's kind of like psychological.
Hmm.
Mm.
And then you have people in the back like making fun of them. And I feel like, can't we just talk about something else? Like, oh, the reason why they think that is because it's psychological, you know? It's kind of like the pseudo, it's was that the placebo effect, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So they should like bring that up. Like, oh, there's a reason why, your patients are behaving that way. So you're giving them the benefit of the doubt, which is something that you should consider. And I think what professional people should do, or people in general, is they should assume ignorance before malevolent, in a way. So, maybe and that's better for dialogue, I guess. No, I'm
Hmm.
going with the same way. Ugh. But
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I'm not saying you shouldn't talk. We are social creatures. I'm just saying, like,
Be more constructive of giving
yeah,
out like certain types of information, like instead of saying
like try
like
to
pinpoint.
help.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to make the world a little bit better.
Hmm.
Or how about this? Don't make the world worse. That's it. You know, just don't make it worse. That's probably the best thing you can do. Like if you can't get anything out of that, then just leave it. No, don't talk shit. Don't make it worse. And I'm happy. I'm happy with that.
Okay. So Tim, what about yours? Any pet peeves?
I don't know. This was a little heavy.
Yeah.
My pet peeves are stuff like, leaving like the last thing in, like the last snack in a bag or something, or like,
Definitely smaller than or not as major. Yeah.
Taking a bite from a cookie and putting it back in the bag.
okay, that's not small. That's that one's
That's BM.
yeah.
Okay. For me, this is recent that I found out. I was watching like a streamer, and they're playing. The streamer herself is okay. Like, she just plays games or whatever. But the person that she's like teaming up and playing the games with was like, I don't know if you guys ever had or heard of someone that talks like a question, like everything that they say at the very end is like a question. So when they talk, you're not sure if like do you know like how I'm like saying or talking?
Oh, like
It's like they're not sure of what they're
they
trying to
feel
say.
insecure.
Yeah. So when they talk, it's always like they're questioning themselves. And then I feel like that's either like it's like a speech impairment or something. I'm just like, can you just talk normally? Like, you can't. I want to say you can't, but it's just.
It's kind of like that Valley Girl thing, right? Where
Yeah.
they leave the high thing on top.
Yeah, the very end of the sentence, it sounds like it's a question, and then it pisses me off, even if it's not a question. It just makes me feel like they're like not really certain of something that they're trying to say. So even if it's like a thing where um I don't know, for I guess for example they could say like, I like to drink water, and it's like a what's it called, like a question, so it pisses me off. It's like, okay, really, are you sure? I don't know, that's
I
just,
take showers
it's like,
every day.
do you? Right, it's just like, I don't know, that's my recent pet peeve, and it's just bothering me. And I don't want to say it's a sexist thing too, but if it's a girl, for some reason it's okay for me. But when it's a guy doing it, I'm just like, are you gay, or like, are you like a feminist, or what's going on for me? It's just like, I can't accept a guy to do it, whereas I know they're straight, and they're like a regular dude, but they just talk that way. So I'm just like thinking, is that a speech impairment, or yeah, something along those lines? Because at a certain point, you got to be able to talk normally, and then if they think that is normal, then I don't know. I think that would be some sort of issue.
I think it has to do with like just how they grew up and they're used to that. Because I know like in my speech class, a lot of people had that problem.
Mm-hmm.
So then with practice, you can
Overcome.
get that. Yeah, you can overcome it. It's
Yeah.
difficult, but everyone in my speech class did it. Like the girls with really bad like Valley Girl accent,
Yeah.
like she got it down. She got it solved.
Yeah.
And yeah, just if you have that problem, then yeah, YouTube some videos how to sustain your speech. Like put your hands against the wall. Do like that weird push-up position, and then just speak to the wall, and
Mm,
then end your sentence with like a period. You shouldn't have that problem.
yeah, but I think obviously there's that might not be something bad for that person because that's how they grew
And it's
up.
also cute. It's cute in a way, right?
Mm.
I feel like it's cute for some.
Well,
And
the anecdote would be like like a Flavish person or whatever like, from a different country tries to speak English. Yeah, I understand that, but if it's already English and then they come from like a that type of cultural, I wouldn't even say it's a cultural thing, would it be?
I don't know. And I feel like guys don't even care, you know? Like if you're like super hot, then you know,
Hmm.
you're probably not listening to what she's saying anyways. You're just too distracted by her perfect
Hmm.
feminine.
Maybe that's why I don't really care when it comes to like if it's a girl, but
You're
yeah,
one of those. On that boat now.
maybe. But I still like after listening to them talk, be like, don't talk anymore. Like I would definitely tell them, but I know that if I tell them, there's a possibility that they'd take offense to it. They'll be like, "What do you mean?" Or they'll be like really offensive towards me trying to help them.
Well, it's the way you tell them, right? Like, how would you approach it? So you're dating
Well,
this girl that you really like, she's your girlfriend,
mm-hmm.
and she has this accent. How would you tell her that it's bothering you and that she needs to get it fixed because it's your pet peeve
Mm. Well, for one,
without her taking offense?
is it
Offense.
is it is it a date or like actually going out?
Let's do it going out.
Then I wouldn't go out with that person because
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So dang, that's weird, right? Because there's
if it's a date, that's a different story because like you're trying to get to know the person, right? Like there's a point where you're like, okay, so I want to go out with this person, right? Like after seeing and talking and getting to know like the outer layer of this person, you feel comfortable enough to be able to uh, share your life, a part of your life with this person, right? That's going out versus on a date, you're still trying to understand or get to know this person.
yeah, but the reason why I say going out is okay, you go on a date,
Mm-hmm.
you screen her for like potential mate, whatever. You have
Interview,
this,
yeah.
yeah, it's an interview for sure.
Uh huh.
And then you find out that everything's good,
Uh huh.
she laughs at your jokes, she's cute. She has that booty, right? You like the booty. And then she plays games, whatever. What else do you like? You like Bond girls? Trying to list stuff there. You go,
Okay, for one, I'm not a booty guy, so
oh, you're not? Okay.
well,
So
anyways, let's just you're trying to say she has all the
yeah,
qualifications to become
that you want.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Except
But
she
but
has
that
this
pet peeve,
valley
which is
girl
the
thing.
valley. Okay, so how? Okay, in terms of that, how you're saying how would I be able to tell her without her being offended by it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Um. Well, shit. If you put it that way.
Right. It's difficult. It's pretty tough.
Well, yeah. I mean, like if I'm trying to go out with this person, it's really hard. But if it in terms of just friends or whatever, then I'm a straightforward guy, so I'd probably tell her, like straight on. It's like, hey, you have this accent. I'm pretty sure it's normal in your culture or where you grew up. It's a normal thing to do, but speaking like in terms of normality here, I think um, you should get it fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like the nicest I could say it. Cause I'll be like, hey, you have like a speech impairment or whatever. I don't know what it is, but you have this thing where you question, or it sounds like you're questioning everything you say, and that will obviously, make them feel not threatened, but like, they'll take offense to it.
Yeah, definitely. Because you said they have a speech impairment.
Yep,
like,
yep,
like that's mean.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think you can't say that. Don't
Like,
say that. Don't say that.
well, obviously, if it's someone that I want to be with, I wouldn't say it like that. But if it's just like a random or like a person, that's just how I'd say it because I'm straightforward offensive. So it's just how see it.
Dang,
I
Tim,
feel
help
like
me out
it's
here.
weird to say that they're from another culture too, because it's also
Yeah,
like
No, no, I understand
all
that.
the like
Yeah.
Valley Girl people are from around here.
I know, right? Like, what? I'm American, just like you. I mean, I'm American, just like you.
Mm. It's funny because like after hearing that for so long, I would like start to do it too. I think they did that in Family Guy too, but or they made fun of it in Family Guy. Yeah, but yeah, that's a pet peeve. Obviously, I'm actually on the better side when in terms of that. I don't really say anything, even if I hate it. I'll just like be like, all right, I'm not even gonna listen anymore, or I try to block it out. That's just like my way of dealing with it. Obviously, if they're talking to me, yeah, I'll try to do like a minimal amount of conversation with them. Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
fair.
that's like the only way of trying to not be offensive. At least that's how I always dealt with things. If I didn't like it, I just try to do like a minimal amount of talking.
Wait, you try to do a minimal amount of talking?
Or like a conversation with them. Like I try not for them to talk to me. Like this is in terms of like there's like other people around. If it's just like a one-on-one and then they're trying to get to know me, then obviously I have to be like polite and like, oh yeah, yeah, sure, whatever. But
Dang, wouldn't you just come off like fake or something?
what? Because I'm not trying to be rude.
Yeah, because
Well,
most.
okay, 101, I'll tell them. I'll like if it's a 101, I'll be like, okay, if they are interested or like me, I'd have to tell them straight up, be like, I can't really deal. Well, to a certain extent, I could only deal so much to how you're talking, where there's like a question, or you're questioning something. So I can't tell if you're telling me something or you're asking a question or you're questioning your own self. So I would want you to be able to not talk the way you're talking, or like yeah, that I think that would be the nicest way I could put it.
Oh man.
And then if they
Uh,
can't
Kind
understand
of
that,
sounds
then
like you're not really decided on how you would deal with this.
it's
yeah.
hard because I'm trying to
Yeah.
be nice, but also not trying to be like insulting in a way.
Like that's the problem, right? When you're trying to be nice, it's difficult. So then you have to frame it in a way where you're like, oh, if I'm gonna negotiate with this person, how would I do it?
See
Like that.
that's why I think it's easier if I just say like this might come off as being insulting, which I'm trying not to be, but this is the
No, but
only
if
way
you
of me to tell you. right?
If you say that, it automatically becomes insulting.
Yeah.
That's kind
And then a lot of people, yeah, take it like that. But you got to understand, in my point of view, where I'm
It's
trying
like-
not to.
It's like I'm trying not to be racist or anything.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. That's
Yeah.
it's hard, but it's like the only way of me to cope with those kind of people.
Well, it looks like you're gonna have a hard time negotiating with a girl with your pet peeve.
Countryside, or I don't even know if it's countryside, but yeah. Okay, well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Don't talk to me if you're questioning yourself, or it sounds like questioning you. Yeah, so that's the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for listening, and thank you, Set and Tim, as always. Just a heads up, the next podcast, which is going to be this coming up one, is going to be a live cast, so it'll start a little earlier. I can't say the. Or actually, we could decide it now. Like, what time would be better for you guys in terms of being able to hang out outside? Like maybe 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. or what time do you guys want? Is that Tim?
It's Sunday. Right?
Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah, 9 or 10 works for me.
Okay.
I don't know if stuff will be open for us, but
Yeah, obviously it has to be like those places that has to be open like later, like 9 to maybe 12. And not 9 to 12, but like it closes at 12 or something.
And you have to have like a place with good Wi-Fi,
Yeah, that's true.
unless you can record on your phone, like how the other streamers do it.
I don't think I have enough or good data. That's a lot of data, man. Just letting you know.
it's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna shoot for 9 p.m. then. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening, and thank you guys for coming. Or, yeah. So we'll see you guys a live cast next week. Thank you.
See ya.